Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's June 15th, 2021. Strange. I have not slept much. Only a couple hours. Because of the IPO of Alzman, I could not sleep. 6 years in the making, 2 drugs, the University of South Florida, and it went public today. We'll talk about that shortly. Like I said, it's June 15th. This is the 94th episode of Risk On. To my left is Marshall Wilkinson.
Hey, good to be here.
Further to my left is my buddy Jason Bartholomew.
Hello, hello.
Welcome. Skyla's in the house. What's up?
Hello.
Skylab.
It is a monumental day. As I said earlier, as the haters continue to hate, my team and myself continue to create. The holding company that is DPW, the symbol, Ault Global Holdings, that I'm the executive chairman on, continues to move ahead with its plan as a holding company, sponsoring our partner company, Alzman. It went public today. Opened at $29.
Wow.
At one point, I was worth like $2 billion or something like that dollars. I wasn't counting it. I promise you. It seems like I was counting it, but I wasn't counting it. Because I knew, come on, you're going to hold $29 today?
Yeah.
Nah. But it does have 2 promising drugs. One with 15 different indications, one with a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Am I somber? Not at all. Not even a little bit, because I'm excited. I hope these drugs help people.
Absolutely.
You get rewarded economically for helping people, and I'm hoping that happens. We'll go to Alzman later, but Jason, why don't you cover the markets, which you complained about all morning in my office were terrible.
They were terrible, and they were expected to be terrible because the FOMC started today, and Jay Powell, as the Wall Street Bets crew likes to refer to him, he will have to give a speech tomorrow, but in anticipation of that, what I would consider a tapering speech and a non-movement of the federal funds rate, I think the markets are anticipating that the liquidity that the Fed has been accustomed to pumping into the markets will be tapered back. We saw the Dow Jones Industrial down 93 to 34,299, and the NASDAQ retreated 101 points to 14,072, and the S&P was down 8 to 4246. Bitcoin at the time we came on air was just a hair under 40,000.
Yep.
And Ethereum was 2523. That's a 15.68 to 1 ratio of Ethereum to Bitcoin. Oil up, though. Oil doesn't care. Inflation is real, in my opinion. Look around you. 72.75 a barrel. Gold down 5. Silver down a quarter. And copper actually down 19 cents today.
If you have a CNBC Pro membership, which I do, it's $200 a year. I'm not hiking there or pitching it because I don't get paid for it. However, they had an interview with Paul Tudor Jones yesterday. I think you might even have mentioned it.
I did.
Yeah. I watched the full 28-minute episode of the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got to watch that.
Yeah.
You got to go to CNBC and look up the Paul Tudor Jones interview yesterday. It's compelling, right? Compelling. And I, am I migrating to his philosophy that I've said earlier that I don't think this is transitory? Oh, wow. That was a good interview.
Very good.
What do you think about this whole transitory thing?
I think it's a talking point. Because didn't we see a headline today that said something like inflation is a long-term transitory inflation? It's a contradiction.
How can you have both?
It's like we're having a long short.
The ironic, the ironic part about that was Stephanie Link from CNBC.
Yeah.
And I don't think she meant to have that as a talking point, but she's tried to say that transitory could be long-term in nature. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
dude,
exactly.
you don't get to do
that.
both.
You can't do-
That doesn't make it transitory.
It's like saying, give me a happy
And you caught
sad.
that in a second.
Yeah,
there.
no,
Dude,
it's
it's like,
ridiculous.
Give me a happy sad?
Yeah, like once I had a photo shoot and there was a photographer. I'm not kidding. He said, "Give me a happy sad." I'm not kidding. I'm like, how the heck
sad.
am I going to give you a happy sad?
She's like, you had to think about that.
I had
So
to
you were
think
happy
about it.
for a
Yeah,
second,
exactly.
it's
Perplexing.
temporary forever. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Josh, I don't recall. I'm a little. The stock market did suck today. Amon.
That's
Is that-
Amon.
Yeah. Josh, I don't recall the order you wanted to do things in.
Market update, and then we're going to get into a little bit more.
Our trades for the day.
You are fake news.
Our trades for the
Got it.
day. What our thought process was behind some of that stuff.
Got it.
Hey, real quick, Nick, go to my screen real quick. Bitcoin soars above 40,000 after Tudor Jones endorsement. Obviously, he was,
Actually, what he said, you know what's interesting? See,
They
if
really-
you saw the interview, did you
Yeah.
see the whole thing?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he said it's math.
Yes.
I do math. The math is simple.
Very.
He said that at 10,000, he still owns it.
Yeah.
5% of his
The
portfolio.
math is simple. It's
Yeah.
a finite. It's going to be a finite asset, and a stock to flow model exists, so you can track it.
This is
can model it.
I don't know how to say his. Is it Satish?
yeah.
Satish, let me say something to you. I see your comment, and it makes absolutely no sense to me. But what the hell do I know? If you do the math, I know some people are reporting that DPW Ault Global Holdings owns 3 million shares of Alzman. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Is that annoying enough? I think it is.
Oh, do I have a?
No,
oh,
hit him
here?
with the fake, hit him with the Trump.
Yeah.
That
here we
is
go.
wrong
Wait,
answer.
Todd, we got one for you.
We got one for you.
Hit him with it.
You are fake news.
Yeah.
I would suggest you read the prospectus,
I love that one.
the S1, in which you'll see that DPW owns far more shares than 3 million shares.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I'm just saying, the information's on writing.
Yeah.
But Todd,
We'll clarify that.
even if they only owned 3 million shares of Alzman,
yeah.
well, that's the math.
You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm sorry. Here we go. What the hell are people reading these haters saying? Look we're audited by Markham, one of the top auditors in the country. And they're saying, I see people saying, I don't even know if I should acknowledge how stupid this is. No business, no cash. I'm sorry, Gresham Limited, been in business for 63 years. Microphase for 64 years. DPW, Digital Power, for 51 years. I almost want to say, I can't even say it on the air, to how stupid people are in commenting what they say. They don't even read. People don't even read. I can't even believe you invest money and don't read what you're investing in. Okay, sorry. I saw comments last night that were so asinine. I'm like, they're like, no cash, not real, no money, not a real company.
No
I'm like,
employees.
no employees. There's
Yeah, no
almost
employees.
200. What the hell are you talking about?
Dude, no Fijis in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then today they're like, Todd bought stock. No, I didn't. Ault and Company bought the stock. DPW didn't buy the stock back. But hey, listen, whatever.
Unbelievable.
Whatever. Man, I'm thrilled to death. And it's not because of the economics, because those people who create get paid for taking risk. My team and the people around me and my investors that have been there for 6 years are getting paid for taking risks. They took the risk to license a drug from the University of South Florida. They took the risk to hire the people they hired. And listen, we're going to try to get this. We want these drugs to work for people.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, there's an economic benefit if you can help mankind.
We're
And that's
playing
where
a
I'm at.
completely bigger game than some these guys are playing and the haters are playing on.
Yeah, this guy's
for
saying,
sure.
bro, those people are paid trolls. You're right.
Yeah, they're paid
It's just
trolls,
some of them
they have
it's
short
so
positions.
stupid.
Yeah.
Some of these people on StockTwits are so absolutely stupid. I can't even see straight. They shouldn't be allowed to trade.
it's amazing.
It's amazing. Like, whatever. But then again, it's a free market, so whatever. What do I care?
Yeah, but they probably have short positions and they're just trying to manipulate it. I mean, they're
Who
self-serving.
shorts a $3 stock? Whatever.
Yeah,
they
listen.
do. No, trust me, they
Yeah.
do. I see it.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was a great day for the Alzman shareholders. It was a great day for the company, and to me personally, it's a great day for the two drugs, AL001 and AL002, a treatment and a vaccine for Alzheimer's. Rock and roll.
Absolutely.
I wish everybody well. Stefan, the CEO, the new chairman. This is an exciting day for them. Did I expect it to open at 29?
no, but it was amazing.
But we did hear rumors of it a little bit, didn't we? We heard there was big buying, but
shout
You
out,
didn't hear,
yeah,
but-
shout out to a certain guy with the first name, his letter is D.
oh,
he was
Dr.
close,
Drew, yeah.
man. He
Yeah,
was close.
He was right on, man. He was crazy.
Yeah,
he was
man.
like,
He
there's
was
some
north
big-
of 20?
He said 25 is going to
Wow.
open. I said
Wow.
you're crazy. It opened
Wow.
to 29.
Yeah.
So what do I know? But those of you don't buy it. Before you do anything, read the prospectus. Go find the prospectus online. Go to sec.gov, type in ALZN or the name Alzman Neuro. Read the prospectus. Make sure you know what you're talking about, what you're buying, the valuation, how many shares outstanding, the risk factors. You don't need to buy it on my behalf or even on your behalf. You should buy it only if you believe in what it's doing and you've done the research. So make sure you do that.
Yes.
But let's get off this topic. What's the next topic? Can anyone clue me in? Because I'm a little lost.
Did we put any other trades on today aside from the Alzman trade?
We're short the triple Qs.
Yeah.
I'll look real quick. I got to be honest with you. I didn't. If you could have blown a bomb up in my office, I was focused on one thing.
I saw some of the book this morning. We were up on the triple Qs and we were up on the S triple Qs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have blown a bomb off in my. I was up crack of dawn and.
I can
Actually,
imagine.
with the way the market's performing right now, in the next day or two, we're kind of staying.
We got
mostly in
spanked
cash.
to death in OEGN down 72,000.
Yeah.
OEG.
OEG.
is his symbol.
Yeah. Green Tech Solar Company.
Friedman, we filed the 13D on Friedman. Continues to perform. Friedman did really well.
I guess we bought a little bit of FCX in the hole.
Oh, I did buy Fremont.
Yep.
Yeah, for Freeport.
Yeah, 37.
Freeport McMoran. I
McMoran?
bought some of that. Yeah,
Yep.
Freeport McMoran. Actually, 37 and some in the 36 range.
Yeah.
What exactly are they? They're not just mining gold and silver. What else are they mining?
No, they're copper.
They're all copper?
Yeah.
Freeport McMoran's
Yeah,
only
copper and zinc.
Copper and zinc.
Yeah, primarily.
Interesting.
They're in. Actually,
They're not in gold at all, huh?
Arizona. No.
Because I see them in Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not in
And
gold.
that's
I
all
mean,
copper.
they may get some gold, but primarily most of their harvest is gold, is copper.
It's
and-
copper.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Did we put on any trades today?
Not really.
Not really.
It was a busy day, man.
Yeah, it was.
We bought a little square foot.
It's been a great quarter.
I mean, let's be honest, we were screen watching.
Yeah.
Well, let me set the stage for you.
Yeah.
You're in my office. It's like 7:35. My wife comes to the office. She's not ever here at 7:35.
Can I just jump in and say it was been so hectic that you lost an arm on your glasses?
Yeah, there you go.
It's just so everybody knows, because I know people are watching. Like, what happened to the guy's
Exactly.
glasses? Yeah.
So it's like 7:35. We start getting indications, and Jason and I are looking, and it says Alzman $6, $6.80, $6.90, and then we see these offers up at 20. And we're like, what the heck? There was offers, there was bids. We couldn't tell. Then right about 6:45 or so,
Yeah.
kind of got this flush of like orders that came in. You looked at it, and all of a sudden I was seeing like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and there wasn't any matched orders.
There was like a healthy bid around $10 to $12. I don't recall, but it was a healthy amount.
Right.
I'm
And
like,
then all of a
wow.
sudden it matched up. 3,600 shares matched at 29.
Snap halt.
And snap halt. Boom.
Boom.
Halted. Then 33.20, 33.50 snap halt.
Yeah.
And then it snap halted like
I'd have to look.
6,
We
7
had probably
times.
at least, yeah.
I mean, it was driving me crazy.
Yeah.
It was snapping. It was halting all
Yep.
the time. Then it kind of fell back down into the 12 range. And from there, it kind of built a base, and it just kind of went sideways.
Yep.
But on 5 million shares, it's great volume for that stock. Brand
10x
first day.
volume, that's good.
10x the volume of
Yeah.
the float.
So
I don't know that I could be any happier for everybody involved. I mean, it's. I was telling my wife, it's like almost one of those times where you get that happens and you go, okay, what do you do next, right?
well, you put in all the work and you covered everything with the team and the details and a lot involved. Maybe
The economics, though, for people that have been with me the last 6 years or 10 years, 'cause
Yeah.
a lot of my investors have been with me 10 years plus. The economics for them, the economics for DPW, the economics disclosed. You can read all this. Just read it. I'm not telling you. This is not inside information. This is not Reg D or Reg FD. I know the rules. Read the prospectus. The economics in that prospectus laid out are tremendous. The value creation we hope for patients is huge. We hope. And today was one of those things where it was synchronicity, right? Is that right?
Yeah, it all
Synchronicity.
came together.
All came
Serendipity.
together. Serendipity.
Yeah, it was nice.
In my office, everyone was around the machine.
Yeah, that was cool.
And we and I went crazy when it opened at 29.
That was
I was like,
crazy.
holy Toledo. And then, of course, the service. Hey, can we go to my screen real quick? You can see on my screen they picked it up. And they described their drugs well. I thought the reporting was good.
Yep.
They did misreport how much DPW owns. DPW
Yeah.
owns a lot more than 3 million shares.
Yeah,
See the prospectus.
for sure.
They did misdisclose some of those things.
Right.
But for the most part, it was good reporting. It was orderly trading.
Yeah. It was smooth after it consolidated. I mean, it really did. It was,
There was a nice report from Dow Jones that said the most recent IPO since the Biogen approval.
I saw that.
So I kind of like that article a lot because it does tie us into what's happening there. So it was nicely done.
Yeah. The
We appreciate everyone who participated in the IPO. Shout out to Bill Coons and Spartan Capital Markets in New York, John Lowry and his team, those hundreds of brokers that are back there. I know that there were some decent participation. The deal was oversubscribed.
Yeah.
We actually could have upsized the deal. We took in what we wanted to, given where we were. I am no longer the chairman of Alzman, by the way.
That's right.
As of today, I am the chairman emeritus and founder. I stepped off the board of directors because I have obviously a full-time gig with Ault Global Holdings and the management of Ault Capital Management. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
I think something,
I digress. You were saying?
yeah, and something interesting was, what's next?
Yeah.
It's a long road, right?
Well, if you look at the business plan we laid out for DPW Holdings, which is now called Ault Global Holdings, we laid out a business plan for the defense business, the textile business, that is MTX International AVLP. We laid out a process for Coolassist, our EV and power electronics business. We have a separate lender, which obviously helped us become profitable last year, our lending and trading operation. We have a data center operation that we're proud of in Michigan.
Yeah.
They also do crypto mining, mainly Bitcoin, a little Ethereum, but mainly Bitcoin. So, we're building a really solid balance sheet. I think, last quarter we reported $160 million of cash, securities, and marketable securities and investments. So I think about 130 of it or so, maybe 120 of it was cash. So we're in great shape. The business is great shape, and we'll do some more reporting, get everyone up to
Josh,
speed.
there's a question about 5 sentences up. See it by Malou.
What's the question?
Malou 1, Maluy 1. I just find that interesting.
What's the
Post it.
question?
Just post it up there. We probably can't speak to it much, but that's an interesting question right there. I just find that I knew you'd get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
But
Why are we hated so much? I don't know. I don't hate us.
Stay tuned.
I'm a big fan.
Great comment by Caesar, who I met yesterday. Says this was 6 years coming. It's not over till Alzheimer's is cured. Hopefully, Alzheimer's can make that happen, or definitely put a dent into it. And like you said, it's just the beginning. So today's a good day. It's a celebratory day, but this is really when we get to work.
Let's go to the chart here.
For sure.
The stock closed up $8.50 to $13.50, up 170%. Symbol's ALZN. At one point, you see it here hovering at $33.50, $33.55. You can see the gap opening to 29, gapped again, and then proceeded to fall kind of all the way down here to the 14 and some change range, and then went sideways. This is a nice price action if you're me.
Yep.
I think it is. Founded in 2016 by yours truly. It has more employees than that. I don't know why it says that. It's on the NASDAQ. The volume was very decent.
Yeah.
yeah.
And there it is, right? Seeking Alpha stock soars 571%. So that's it. Let's move on from something other than Alzman.
Sure.
I mean, we can't beat this into the ground, can we?
No, not at all.
Not particularly.
No, Jason's got some stuff teed up. Talk
Yeah, I
about
mean-
FOMC and other stuff.
We can talk about some other stocks. That's
Yeah.
fine. I know one that was traded heavily today
Which one was that?
to the tune of 200 million shares. 260 million shares. TRCH, obviously.
You can't let this alone, can you?
Well, it's in play. Mm-hmm. As high as $6 today, $6.15, and closed at 507. And the news here is the approval of the merger and its partner that they're merging in the reverse takeover MMATF, which is actually on the OTC, I believe. Yeah. They so TRCH is going from oil and gas into green tech with Meta, and what's happening is they have a bunch of assets, oil and gas, exploratory land and such. They're going to liquidate, and they're going to award a special dividend to the shareholders in the form of a preferred share. And for those of you that are interested in that, if you just clearly read what's going on, you'll see the ex-dividend date is 6/24, and today's the 15th. But considering T+2 to be safe, you would probably have to be a shareholder of record on Tuesday, June 22nd to be safe. They are going to award that. They haven't given out that amount yet, but a lot of people have been squeezing the shorts here. The shorts have been in this thing deep. I mean, they took this thing down. If you look at the 1 month, actually, let me take it back. They had a run up to 429, and then they took it all the way down to $1.40.
Mm-hmm.
Todd and I put on a swing trade on this thing. We took it from about $1.80 and we $1.75 and sold around $2.40 or $2.50 for a nice profit. And we didn't look back. And if we did hold, we would have had even more profit. But you can never Monday night quarterback, whatever they say about that. But anyway, Torchlight was in play big today, and it looks like it'll be in play all the way up to the dividend date. And we'll see what happens with the dividend award.
I would like to go to my screen if we could real quick. So I've followed Dimensional for a long time. This is a really big deal, by the way. And I don't know if anyone's paying close attention to this. And I guess I don't quite get this. Can we go back to the screen for a second? So Dimensional just converted $30 billion worth of mutual funds to ETFs. What does this mean for the industry? They have $630 billion more dollars to convert to ETFs. Now, mutual funds are, you redeem them at the end of the day, you get your shares and you redeem them for cash and they sell off or they purchase or whatever, depending on outflows of cash and withdrawals. But with an ETF, I'm quite not understanding exactly how does an ETF. This is where I'm lost. This is one of the rare circumstances where I don't understand this. Liquidation shares and purchasing shares of ETFs. I wonder if that becomes permanent capital, and that's why they're doing this. Is this a run? Do either one of you know that the ETFs, are they more permanent capital than that is of a
mutual fund?
Of a mutual fund?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Because they do trade, so then
Yes.
theoretically, it must be some form of permanent capital. Because I heard Kathy Wood talk about, well, the brokers deal with redemptions. I have a flat pool of money once I get it. So I'm getting this impression, this conversion. By the way, I want everyone to note this. This is a big deal. Dimensional, it literally owns like shares in every single public company. That's their model, is to own the whole market. And they literally, like, they're a shareholder of ours. They buy everything.
Yeah.
And they converted their mutual funds. I mean, the $630 billion firm plans to convert 2 more mutual funds into ETFs this fall. Dimensional just made the move, nearly $30 billion splash in the exchange fund space. The exchange, the 4 mutual funds. I mean, this is really just remarkable to me. I'm perplexed. I just didn't. I mean, I want to look into this efficiency part of it.
Yeah.
This immediately puts Dimensional in amongst the top 15 largest ETF issuers in the United States. I mean, this is.
Was it unwinding out of that business?
No, it's just
mutual
it's not.
business?
It's not going to manage mutual funds anymore. It's going to
Yeah.
only manage ETFs.
Yeah,
I mean,
so it's like unwinding out of the
Yeah.
mutual fund business. So then they have to have a long-term bead on it. The interesting thing is most mutual funds are related to 401ks, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, mutual funds
Yeah.
and retirement funds, they're hand in hand. So it'd be interesting. Now I don't have a 401k. I don't do 401ks. It's not my thing. But can you do an ETF in a 401k?
I don't know if you can.
Oh, ETF in
I
yes.
would
Yeah,
imagine.
think
I would
you
imagine
can.
that you probably could
Yeah.
if they're doing that, because you don't want to give up all that free money, all that money that people don't even look at. Send to Wall Street
It's funny you say that. I think that it's a great sign, but I'm a little skeptical of somewhat of how the trillions of dollars going forward will follow suit. He said we know a lot of active managers like to keep their trading positions private. A lot of mutual fund industry is very focused on the 401k industry, which
Yeah.
makes the conversions very difficult.
What
I'm overly weirded out by that.
it might be they're talking about privacy in their trades.
Yeah, whereas
And-
Kathy Woods is not private.
And they have to be public and disclose all their trades in a mutual fund. Is that what he's saying?
I think they're talking about that they have to disclose them all in an ETF.
Yeah, it's the other way around.
So it's the other way around.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, this
Well, then
is.
I don't know why they
I'm
would
not
make
a
that
big
move.
ETF investor, although I do trade the triple Qs.
Right.
Yep.
And the S triple Qs.
Yep.
But to convert your whole business, wow.
I mean, it's a superior way to trade, to liquidate your holdings for sure.
But the question is it permanent capital to them?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I know that with the mutual funds, it looks like the mutual funds, when they're priced at the previous day, you will not have an exact price for
they
today.
trade on an NAV,
yeah,
the mutual
yeah,
fund.
they trade on NAV.
That trades on NAV. This
This
trades
trade
at
up or down on NAV. And they have with these things called redemption units
Mm-hmm.
where traders go in and if they're out of whack with the portfolio, they short them and then net return the proceeds. And then they buy them and deliver the security. So I'm
Almost like an arbitrage, kind of.
Yeah, but
kind
Kathy
of.
Woods talks about having the money in the fund,
Yeah.
even though it's an ETF, to go buy shares. She goes and says, "Oh, I had this much money. I bought this much today in the ETF."
In the ETF she goes and buys common.
Right.
Right. Of all kinds of things. So this is where, and the other thing about the ETFs that I had learned that I didn't know is that these closed-end funds can do, what's wrong with me? What's the thing that we utilize all the time
What's that?
when we raise capital?
Oh, ATM.
ATM. So when they go above the premium, when they're trading at a premium, they can have an ATM on place and they can sell the premium to the
Yep.
fund, and the fund raises more capital that way.
Yeah.
This is a perplexing thing to me. I'm mesmerized by this, almost the set of permanent capital, and it appears that Kathy Woods may have. I'm really going to look into this.
Yeah.
I really want to understand. Does Kathy Woods have permanent capital, or does that capital eventually get reduced by the fact that she gets redemptions by people, more sellers than buyers?
Yeah.
You know, what I
That
mean?
sounds like that's probably possible.
But it's common shares. Shares are traded. You know.
And
Yeah.
then there's other ETFs that convert into like silver and gold ETFs, like PSLV, like the Sprott fund. They actually take and convert that money into metal, like through
Yeah,
the
but
COMEX.
the metal underlies the value.
Yep.
Well, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the underlying asset that determines the value of the metal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, don't look
Something
at me,
to look
guys.
into.
I'm fluttering on a few hours of sleep. So
Yeah, it's a nuance, definitely, certainly a nuance we should look into.
I'm driving here.
Hey, I wanted to just circle back to Torchlight for a second.
Yeah.
When it's like you guys almost picked the bottom there.
Yeah. Well, we scaled in because it did dip pretty hard after the fact. We went down and got it some more, and that's just kind of like our 1, 2, 3 or ABC philosophy, where Todd will get a starter position, or we'll take a position in a stock, and then we'll have enough ammo. If it doesn't go our way,
Yeah.
we'll have enough ammo, and still the fundamentals are the same, and nothing's changed about the company. Then we'll fire another artillery shell into that stock.
Yeah.
And then we'll get the size that we want.
Yeah.
And then, with Torch, and you look at the fundamentals, the technical analysis and stuff, and you look at the daily trends.
Yeah, you put that all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, do we, this thing is now, it was $1.80. Now it's been beat up by shorts and some panic sellers. Like, it's down to $1.60. Has
It's
anything really
undervalued.
changed?
Yeah, exactly.
And you could say that a lot about a certain couple of stocks today, actually, that we looked at.
Yes.
I'm not mentioning any names. But yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And Torchlight had a plan to do the merger, and nothing changed. It got, approval from shareholders. So we're able to take advantage of that.
Yeah, great. Yeah, getting some insight on that is important because I see. I get to be with you arm in arm every day,
Yeah.
and I see what you do, and
Yeah.
you like. There are times you're uncanny with it.
You have to be quick sometimes.
Yeah.
But then again, you can slow down. Sometimes the old record player, you're on 78.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah.
And then you got to dial it down to like
Speed, yeah.
33. Just kind of slow down. Todd sometimes tell, hey, slow down. Can you just slow down for a minute? I'm like, yeah, we can take a deeper
You can
look
take a
at
deep
this.
breath.
Sure,
yeah, sure.
So
Okay. Good.
I wondered if you saw the comments from Kramer about tomorrow, about Powell, because he's basically saying Kramer warns the stock market could sink if the Fed chief Powell slips up during endless heckling.
And in my opinion, he will. It's bound to happen. Listen, you know how many? Here's a microcosm of what happens. Just last week, you and I saw GameStop earnings, and I said, "Hey, let's put on a short." And you know what happens is there's a game within the game, and with GameStop, it has all these people that are attracted to the meme. Actually, they want to call it momentum now.
Mm-hmm.
Momentum.
Yeah.
That's Kramer. So within that game, though, you can win these battles. And we don't have to win the war. When we're putting on these trades, like we're short right now, full disclosure, we're short S triple Qs. That we're long to go short. We're short the Qs. But within the game, there can be errors and mistakes. Like the Yankees, for example, they might have one bad inning where they make a couple of blunders. The pitchers throw, Garrett Cole or their stud is pitching well, but the shortstop botches a ball and gives up a run or two. That's what we're looking for. That's all we're looking for, to take advantage of those errors. And then we might not get greedy and cover our short, and we'll just move on to the next trade.
Your GameStop, since the day we shorted, is down $74. Now, we covered early, down $30 or so, give or take.
But again, Kramer,
They're the
bulls
same.
make money, pigs, or bears make money, pigs get slaughtered.
Yep.
Right. This thing is down 74.01 in the last 5 days.
Yeah. And
Can you pull the chart up real quick?
Yeah, there it is.
It is. Yeah. GameStop's. Do they have an ATM, right, for $1 billion?
Yeah. And last week we took a short at earnings at 310 and one at like 303 or 304, and then we covered in like the 280s.
280s,
and
yeah. Crushed it.
So that's fine.
It's tough with these stocks because they're like on the verge of pure manipulation.
The volatility, it's
It
max.
is, like you're trying to make sense of something that like doesn't make sense.
Right.
If you're not in the know, you're not a part of the concerted effort. You're not in a Reddit group. You're not following a Twitter tweet and rating a stock.
like you're saying
It's
with
tough to make a sense of it.
you make that case with Bitcoin too. Like for example, there's a good follow on Twitter, which I'm not a big fan of Twitter, but it does have some premium information. Unusual
Yes.
Whales.
Yes.
Unusual Whales is an account that's worth following.
I follow it.
Absolutely, he'll come
Definitely.
out with great. He or she will come out with great information about movement on Bitcoin, whales,
Absolutely.
Buys and sells and stuff like that.
Yep.
And we're getting that information secondhand. But a lot of people that are privy to that information, they may make big decisions on that information.
Yeah, very true.
So, information is power, obviously. So,
No question about it.
and I will apologize. I did lose my power on my laptop. It's been such a crazy day.
Yeah.
There was a video I wanted to show at a Walgreens in San Francisco, and unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get that video.
Yeah.
What happened?
Maybe Todd can pull it up. There was a
yes, I'm still short AMC, by the way.
there was a
Only 1,000 shares.
bicyclist in the Walgreens that decided to do a little shopping, take it upon his own power to do a little shopping with a. I think it was a trash bag.
Yeah, I think it was a trash
And he
bag,
just
too.
loaded that thing up.
Yeah.
And all they were doing was just videoing his actions, the security person included. And then he just proceeded to just leave and go out the door with the bicycle and the bag of goods, and nothing happens because in California, I believe the law is anything under. Correct me if I'm wrong, Josh.
In Northern California.
You're a
San Francisco
California.
area.
Yeah, it's a citation, I believe. It's not a crime to shoplift or commit larceny. So now all of these stores are closing, and now all the communities will suffer with the inability to go and get drugs and pharmaceutical stuff. And it could be someone with diabetes that needs to get insulin, and now these stores aren't available. So it's just one of those things that's melted down in the community.
Yeah, everything is changing. The way we shop, the way we eat, the way we think. Our whole entire. If you guys ever read the book, The Fourth Turning,
I have not.
it talks about the saculum, these cycles that occur every 80 years,
Mm-hmm.
and we're definitely in that right now. The fourth turning.
So would that be an extreme cycle?
It would be an extreme cycle.
Nice.
So can I just give you a quick premise on it, because I think it's really helpful for everybody listening and watching. So essentially, what happens is there's a period of exuberance that occurs. So World War II would be one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Then we create institutions that reflect directly the ethos and the culture and the understandings of the people of the time.
Right.
80 years later, we have a massive generational difference. The ethos, culture, and understandings of the people of the time are not in parity with the institutions.
I
right?
get it, yeah.
So you break down the institution, and it has to be replaced with the, under the ethos, culture, and understandings of the people currently. And so we're going to see how that ties directly into our markets.
Yeah.
Because, we're seeing it now, just the change in trends, the changing. Because this particular scenario is going to continue to occur, and then it's going to affect corporate profits. However, maybe if they scale back some of their real estate holdings and their retail locations, they're going to have less overhead. They're going to make up that margin, that volume online.
Oh, yeah.
So it's very interesting because you look at some of that stuff and you think, okay, well, it's going to have an effect on the bottom line.
Yeah.
But sometimes it actually does it in a meaningful way.
And, we're going to get into that
To the
more.
positive.
So
Yeah.
with Marshall, obviously his background is huge in real estate. And touching on that, what you're talking about with this transformation of how business is done into more of an e-commerce platform.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, and we're almost in this segment here, which we're going into this next segment, which we're going to talk about. What are your thoughts on some of these, like the malls and stuff? Simon, WPG filed bankruptcy.
Yes.
Washington
Can we
Prime.
skip to them for in 1 second?
Yeah, go for
One
it,
second.
man. Go for it.
Can we go to the screen real quick? I wanted to show everybody. This is one thing I thought was great news, and everyone always reports negative news. Let's report some positive news. A Ford Bronco began shipping first time in 25 years from Ford, and this plant has been open for 25 years. And now they're shipping Ford Broncos again. Okay.
Resume shipping.
Resume shipping Broncos, right? The new Broncos.
I've seen those on the street. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, they do. The Broncos are cool.
All right,
Back into the real estate. Back into the real estate.
I ruined your real estate intro. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
But I wanted a piece of
You
good
know what?
news.
It'd be interesting to figure out if that's the car union, the auto workers union.
UAW.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know if that
that's
plant
UAW.
opening up is UAW. Yeah.
Yeah, that's maybe kind
Probably
of a
is,
payback
isn't it?
for.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. They've been pretty upset with old Mr. Biden. Let me tell you.
It's interesting.
Keystone Workers United. They're union workers.
Yeah.
What happened to our jobs? Other pipelines being encouraged to be canceled by AOC and some of these left-wing extremists. Well, in my opinion.
Remember the
extremists.
movie Gung Ho?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
just
that.
like
By
that.
the way, I love that movie.
Great movie.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
And the guy from Cheers.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
You know, that was that was good. Movie.
That's all about
Fun.
UAW.
It's kind of a cheesy, fun movie.
So
Yeah.
what do you think about that? The shift from mall shopping,
Good
hanging
team.
out.
Good team. Yeah, remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was about the Japanese
Yeah.
influx. Yeah, the imports. Jason.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
are we going to get to real estate?
Yeah. Let's get to
I
real
mean, we don't
estate.
have to.
No, let's definitely do it.
I mean, we can talk about Walmart. And
No, I love it, man.
So anyway, the
Yeah.
shift, the paradigm shift, if you will, from brick and mortar to e-commerce.
Yeah.
How is that going to affect real estate investing?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that because what's going to happen? Like, for instance, like an AMC.
Right.
I think that is a sunset business.
Yeah.
People want to watch all of their movies at home. There will be some select theaters that people go to go out on a date or to do something.
Sure.
Especially, COVID restrictions are being lifted and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then we're going to have massive amounts of large properties that had a commercial use that no longer really serve a purpose on the market. The question is that going to bring the market down? Because the demand isn't going to be there. Maybe we'll have a supply in that area, but the demand's not going to be there.
You're seeing like these real estate investment trusts like WPG filed Chapter 11.
Yeah.
I mean, any of these companies that have large holdings of retail properties.
Yes.
They're in like environments where I can't necessarily say, hey, let's go, Marshall, let's go buy this mall and we'll use it for Bitcoin mining.
Yeah.
Because it's just not in the right area.
Right.
So I'm just,
They're going to be used for Amazon logistics centers.
right. That's one good use.
That's one
for
very
sure.
good use for them. The market will get creative because what's going to occur is the replacement value of all of that existing real estate. It'll be the disparity between the two will be too high.
Yeah.
So they won't build. They'll just have to acquire and fit out what's on the market.
Demolish and then hire and best use. for
Yeah,
some-
maybe something like that.
yeah.
But I mean, the Black Rocks of the world who are flush with cash, who
Yeah.
are buying every house every pre-foreclosure on the market.
I don't want to get you started on that.
Yeah, I mean they're going to go to town, and then we're going to have monopolies of. I mean, if you just play it out, you'll see that.
Yeah.
There's going to be massive players in that space.
Hey, if you want to learn from Marshall, the exciting thing that's coming up, 949-799-1831, the conference. So today we have a meeting about the conference. I think Marshall and the team will be setting the time we're going to have it. There's some spirited debate on when that's going to happen, but
Yep.
we're going to work that out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We know there's going to be 300 people invited.
Yes.
The rest can show up to the conference virtual. We are lining up the speakers that are going to be there. I know
right.
I'll be there.
You will.
That makes
I will be
sense.
there. Jason will be there.
Yeah. It makes sense that I'll be there too. Yeah, for sure. That
Yeah,
makes
makes
logical sense.
Yeah.
I would say so.
I know Bradley is one of them.
Yeah.
Dude, you know I'm putting
Bradley.
a bounty on your head for the poker tournament, right?
What's that
and
mean?
Marshall.
Yeah.
That means if the guy busts you out, they're going to get some kind of prize. Cash, Bitcoin. So there'll be
Bust
incentive to
out.
attack Todd and bust him with like 6-7
Bust
suited when he has
out.
aces.
We're going to do
I
some
thought about giving out
incentives.
some stock or something.
We're going to
something.
do stuff that
It's
nobody's
gonna
ever
be
done
fun.
before.
It's going to be fun for
Yeah.
sure. So we're working on the dates of that.
Yes.
All you party people around the world are going to be invited.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I will be in New York in a couple weeks for the ringing of the opening bell for Alzman. You ask, wait a second, it already opened today. Yeah, sometimes scheduling conflicts, they schedule you later to ring the opening bell. It's a little bit of a facade.
Is this a bell? No, it's not a bell. It says ring.
Like a chirp.
Yeah, it's a sonic.
Yeah, whatever.
It'd be good to have a bell here.
Not just me, though. A lot of people will be there.
How about this?
Yeah, for sure.
That always works.
Here, here. Awesome.
I know. You know, it's so funny. I feel so mellow. I've been working on the IPO for so many years and financing that company for so many years. And then today, when it actually happened, about like 2 hours later, I was like, oh my God, I'm tired, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm exhausted.
For sure.
For sure.
What I liked yesterday was, though, what you said. You said, okay, what's next?
What's next? What's next, pussycat?
What's next?
Got a few things in the works.
Yeah.
Can't
what
really get
what do
into
you
it.
got
Yeah.
going on here?
What
What's on the political scene here? Before
Well,
we...
I'm actually just kind of looking at some after-hours volume for a couple of stocks here.
Yeah.
I wish I had my computer. It's dead.
What would you like me to bring up?
Well,
You
let's
want
see.
to go on FOMC?
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about. Well, we've kind of covered that.
We
as
covered
far as-
Powell?
I wanted to. You know what I wanted to follow up on?
Yeah.
I wanted to follow up on the alleged nuclear power leak in China. If we got any more updates on that, because that was a big issue yesterday.
Yeah.
And now I've been so busy today with everything going on in the market. I just wanted to see if there's anything mentioned about that follow up on the nuclear power leak in China.
I haven't heard anything, but I guarantee you there will be.
I do know this. When we were talking about the housing market, I failed
Yeah.
to mention the one of the measures, indicators for the housing market index. It was actually an 81, which was down, being negative, with the consensus of 82 to 83 was the score. So that means the overall housing market picture, the sentiment was down. Just to give you an example, in May, the actual housing market index was 83. So a slight lesser look of bullishness in the housing market. I did see that lumber costs did
Yeah.
kind of slough off quite a bit.
It did.
That seemed kind of weird to you.
It did to me, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, see, it's interesting because there is a massive demand for new homes in the Sun Belt.
For sure.
And you have the big players like the Toll Brothers
Yep.
and the Hovnanians
D.R.
in the
Horton,
world.
all- yeah.
They need to get their hands on lumber, man.
Yep.
Okay, so it smelled a little fishy to me that there was an immediate steep drop off because
Yeah.
the underlying atmosphere, the macro hasn't changed on it.
You're not suggesting that some of these big companies could be shorting futures on lumber.
No.
No, okay.
No,
yeah,
no,
I
I
didn't
would
think
never
you
say
were
that.
suggesting that. No. But yeah, it was quite interesting to see that.
I mean, it's obvious.
You also have interest rates that probably will almost likely be unchanged. Now
They
wage
have to be unchanged.
the wage gap though.
Yeah.
The wage gap between the debt to income ratio of a homeowner, prospective homeowner that's qualifying for a home,
Yes.
Versus
Yep.
the cost of a average cost of a new home or existing home in the United States.
Correct.
That gap is expanding.
It-
Meaning the buying power for the person is less, even
Absolutely.
though the rates are low.
Correct.
And that goes back to commodities costs. That goes back to human capital costs, total overhead.
It also goes back to asset inflation.
Right.
Debt to income.
Yep.
When that debt instrument that's required to purchase that asset,
Yep.
and that asset price continues to increase, but your income is not increasing,
Yep.
you're pricing yourself out of owning that asset, and that's the bedrock of wealth in our country.
Yep.
And it's evaporating by the day.
And that's where your case is made for stepping into Bitcoin or
yes,
Ethereum.
exactly. Bitcoin is a property. Mm-hmm. You wanna have property? Buy crypto.
Yeah.
No
I like
question
that.
about it.
The more I think about that, the more
Yeah.
it makes sense.
If you can't afford the real estate, buy crypto.
Yep, that's your exposure to wealth.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Of wealth preservation,
Sure.
store value, appreciation. The
Yeah.
only thing you don't get, and I'll say this to everybody, the only downside to my Bitcoin holdings, which are, relative to me, pretty massive, is that I don't get the tax consideration.
Yeah.
And I don't get the cash flow that I would get
Yep.
in a real estate holding.
So mortgage interest deduction, for example.
Yep.
The ability for 1031 exchanges.
Correct.
Yeah, and then you're actually looking, and this administration could decide that they want to smash crypto with higher taxes.
Aside from that, also the accelerated depreciation to operate that LLC at a loss.
Yep.
So I can keep that cash flow that comes in. That's some of the high level NFL.
So all of this stuff we're talking about, we can dig deep into this at the conference
Absolutely.
for sure.
I
But
look forward to it.
This is really good talks. This is really important stuff.
Yeah.
Especially for people that may be looking to buy their first home, or they may be looking to dabble into cryptocurrency for the first time, and they're a little bit intimidated. They're not even quite sure how to buy crypto on an exchange. Maybe we should walk them through that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be a small segment that we could do. Because let's face it, for example, in a sports book, if you've never made a sports bet, you can walk into this huge area with massive screens, and you got tellers and machines and kiosks. And you're like, I just want to bet the Yankees, but I have no idea how to bet here.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just go play blackjack. Maybe
Right.
this is too much for me.
Exactly.
So it's just stuff like that.
It's educating them,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
We,
So-
we're going to have a DeFi segment.
yeah, for sure. That's
And then we're going to have a real estate segment, and
Yep.
we'll do a further deeper dive. And definitely at the conference, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
And we're also doing a call, the Big Business with Todd Ault call,
Yeah.
where we'll be
Here
able
we
to
go.
really get into the weeds on that.
Yeah, I got a lot of people requesting this. We talked to a lot of people who want to do one-on-ones. So we're launching a program called Big Business with Todd Ault. You can find us on Instagram. You're going to be able to log in every week and talk to us about what we're doing. Skyla,
Yeah?
let's get to that joke. I'm in a good
Yeah?
mood. Let's go.
All right. I like this one. So, why do the melons have big weddings? Because
Why do the melons have big weddings? I'm sorry. Okay.
they can't elope.
The orange melons.
Hey, Randy.
oh my gosh.
Randy, where's Randy? Let's get Randy in here.
All right, I'll grab Randy.
Skyla, thank you so much. Hey, I had a potbelly sandwich yesterday for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Do you like those?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I had a roast
Hey,
beef.
look at what she has.
That
She
was
has
good.
a spritzer thing. Oh,
Passion fruit, yeah.
I'm jealous. I wake myself up here.
Yeah.
This Big Business with Todd Ault, if you want to type in 949-799-1831 and type in BIG, B-I-G,
Yes.
we'll put you on the list.
I like that.
Listen,
A couple hundred people on that list already.
That's going to be a fantastic call. It's going to be you and I, and it's going to be in 60 to 90 minutes. It's going to be the real deal.
949-799-1831, 949-799-1831. Texas BIG, and you can be on that list, or just say hello. We'll put
Definitely
you on the
do
list. You can say, you can put a message in there. You can even tell me to blank off or whatever, whatever. Say hello.
Invincible Trading is pretty active in the chat here. I guess he took a position in a couple of stocks today, and he's asking for people to drop bombs on these people. That's kind of violent, Invincible Trading. What do you mean by
What
that?
bombs?
I don't know. Maybe news bombs? If he drops bombs.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
What are you talking about?
Possible.
We never ask people to buy. You push the buy or sell button with your own power.
On
I
your
don't
own
even know-
volition.
No, I don't
like-
know if he's
and on your
what he's
own
even referring to.
understanding.
I don't even know what he's referring to.
Oh.
So
Randy, we didn't see you yesterday.
I know. I missed you guys. How's it going?
It's good, man. What happened over the weekend?
Oh, it was an incredible doubleheader at Detroit. The first race was won by Marcus Ericsson. Felix Rosenquist had a huge crash. His throttle stuck.
I saw
He went
that.
flying into these tire barriers and pushed the cement barrier back.
Was he
and
okay?
He's lucky. Yeah, he was just bruised really bad. They
I
didn't
thought
have
they
any
carried him
broken
off on a
bones.
stretcher, though.
Yeah, they took him out on a neck brace and a stretcher. I thought it was worse than it was, but I guess he's okay. I don't know if he's going to race this weekend, but the race was pretty good. There was a couple of red flags, one for that, and then there was one. Roman Grosjean had a problem. He crashed,
Oh, God.
and then Will Power's leading. They lined all the cars up under the red flag, and they tried to restart the race. Will Power's car wouldn't start. They pushed him in the pits, so he got screwed. He was leading the race. He might have won, but it was incredible.
He's got to be so pissed.
Yeah, Marcus Ericsson won. Pato Award was third. That was a good race. And then on Sunday, what happened was another good race. Pato Award started like 12th or 14th or something like that. He came roaring through and ended up winning the race at the end. It was incredible. So now he's in the championship lead for the season. So
Who's close by him?
Pelot's second. He's like a point behind him. And Dixon's third. So
Hey, I know you're not a fan, but Elio Castroneves didn't have a ride other than the Indy 500. What's he doing?
He raced Saturday night, and there's like this. Tony Stewart has this SRX series. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's like an all-star series. There's older drivers from NASCAR and IndyCar, some retired guys, some current guys. It's like an all-star series, and they had. He was in that on Saturday night. He crashed into some dude. So I was glad to see that.
Crashed
So
into some dude.
obvious. Look
Too
at
bad
him.
he couldn't do that at Indy.
Look at
Crashed
him.
into some dude.
You can't help yourself, can you?
Yeah.
you love
Well,
it, don't you?
Hey,
Well,
what
he's got a partial deal to do some races later in this year with the Meyer-Shank team that he won the Indy 500 with. He's going to do a few races later on.
What did Joe say? I needed to cover something about soccer, football.
Oh, was it France and
Germany?
Germany?
And France, or someone's losing.
Yeah, did the French beat the Germans?
Goal! It's
Yeah,
1-0. Okay, game over.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean,
Exactly.
what was that? What was
That was about right.
I have no idea.
Yeah, there's too many leagues to keep up with, man. I don't know. I can't follow all these different leagues.
It's like a beer drinking league. We're in the British beer drinking league. We're in the English beer drinking league. We're in the Spain beer drinking league.
Yeah.
And this is the riot league. Here's where we have riots. You know?
Yeah.
Whatever,
The hooligans.
Yeah, hooligans is right.
Yeah.
Hey, I promise you tomorrow it'll be a more exciting day for us. I will have gotten some sleep,
Yeah.
and we will be rested and ready to go. But we do want to get your feedback. Make sure you text us 949-799-1831. I did see Naked today. I want to diverse back. I don't want to leave the Naked Army short here. You guys know where it closed. We'll pull it up on the screen real quick. I'm as frustrated as you because
72.
I'm hearing some, of Donald Trump. I'm hearing things. It could be hearing things over the people talking. He claims we're going to be the first interview. Boom. I might as well blow my head off with this one.
It's been a while.
I know.
Stay
TikTok,
positive.
TikTok.
It'll
What can we
happen.
do,
Stay
though?
positive.
I mean, he said, I don't know. You read his filings. Maybe he has the ATM open. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But listen. This market continues to have liquidity like something I have not ever seen.
Yeah.
It is truly biblical.
Yeah.
And I really do encourage you. I've been doing this a long time. I think I might even be headed for like my 32nd or 33rd year of doing this, which is ridiculous. I'm getting old as dirt now, although I'm 51. I would really encourage you to watch that Paul Tudor Jones interview. He talks about the market being 250% above GDP.
Yeah.
Scary things
Yeah.
in his
The
conversation.
levee breaks.
Yeah.
Scary
The
things.
levee breaks. Yeah, I know.
I'd pay special attention to tomorrow. Normally, you can't telegraph things the way they're being telegraphed. So the worry about Powell may be wrong, but something doesn't. I told you before, there's something not jiving here. Mm-hmm. I don't know where all the liquidity. I mean, there's so much liquidity.
Yeah.
It's just out of control. I mean, really out of control.
Yep.
It's just phenomenal liquidity.
It's massive money
I
injected in the
can't,
system.
guys. Literally, in my entire this puts the internet days to shame. Now, I lived through the dot-com bubble where stocks were going up 100 points a day, but they didn't have this kind of liquidity.
Well, it's ease of access, commission-free trading, lots of new money coming in.
It shouldn't really surprise you. I mean, we've printed 40% of our dollars in a
Yeah.
year.
I know, it's just crazy.
I mean, so like, where's
it's
it going
crazy.
in the market?
Yep,
Assets.
that's where it's going.
Hey, do we have any ideas for tomorrow? Any stocks you like? You're kind of negative the market, right? You're a little worried, aren't you?
Yeah, I want to stay in cash tomorrow.
Hey, we
until-
remain short the triple Qs.
Yeah.
We have a very large position actually short those Qs. That paid off a little bit today, but we're still kind of down underwater in that recent short.
I'm gonna suggest that
We're long steel stocks, that
Yeah.
13D filing,
Yep.
FRD, we're still long that. We're still long SSNT. We filed the 13D on that. These are all public disclosures. We're
got a little
long,
bit of crypto.
Iconics.
Yep, Iconics.
Iconics. We filed the 13D on that. We have a little crypto exposure.
A little bit of biotech, not too much.
Oh, just a little bit.
Little bit.
biotech. Really?
little biotech.
Whoops.
Well,
You'll hear
wow.
more about that soon. Marshall, I'm going to let you finish it up. You and Jason, next 2 minutes, man. I got nothing to say.
Yeah, and well, I want to say to everybody watching, the big business with Todd Ault's a real thing. Todd and I are involved on it, and if you get one-on-one time with us, do it. I'm looking forward to meeting the Risk-On Army. I'm looking forward to getting into the weeds and details on things that we just can't and we don't have time to on the show, and really delivering value to the people.
You
that
know
watch.
what's funny about that, Marshall, is for years people said, Todd, you're living on your laurels of what happened when you founded a company and it was sold 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah,
I founded Alzman Neuro with $8,000.
yeah,
Today, when it closed, it had $1 billion market cap.
yep.
Those are the facts. That's it. I don't know if it's going to go up or down. Oh, I hope it's going to go and help patients. That's all I care about.
But I mean, if you were an entrepreneur and you cared about IPO, if you cared about growing a business, taking a business from $8,000 to $1 billion, and how that's actually done, who the hell would you talk to? I mean, there's nobody on the internet or around
boy.
Like, you know how much stuff you and I both have to go through because we have a camera in front of us, what we can say, what we can't say.
Yeah.
And other executives and CEOs are afraid to do it.
Yeah.
We're out here leading the charge. It's a perfect time to get in front of people.
Another
and
thing
help them
too
out.
is if you have a business, we're always, we're lenders. We're always looking for people to understand what they're doing. So when you get together with us with either big business and you talk problems, solutions we'll talk about solutions. When you get together at this conference, we're going to talk about those solutions also.
Yes.
We're going to meet you. We're going to know you. A lot of people I've known 20 years are still my friends through thick and thin. Those people who know they are. Randy Kepper's been with me 30 years. Jason, you stayed with me when I couldn't even pay you.
Hey, that was fine, man. We were getting value together. It was fine.
Hey, this is the 94th episode of Risk On. Special thanks to all those people who helped Alzman go public. Special thanks to all the lawyers, everyone involved, the bankers, Spartan Capital, the brokers there, Marshall, Jason, Josh, Randy, everyone in the house, Nick, Brett, Willie. It's a wonderful day. The future of Alzheimer's. Hopefully we're going to do something about it. We'll see you tomorrow. It's June 15th. Take care.